Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. I am still sick and we are still just removed from Survivor Series. What a night of action it was. As I have previously discussed, and of course Smackdown Live was one of those brands affected by something that I have been trying to hold back from, but you saw the screenshots of it there. Yes, Coren struck at Survivor Series, and there's no other way of saying it other than that. It was a tragic event that transpired, and it is one that has laid still on the heads of everyone since that event has transpired, and so much so that the Smackdown general manager Christian James will open up this evening discussing Survivor Series, I would imagine, and discussing that event. Maybe we'll see about that, if that'll be the case or not, as we start off this evening. What I do know though is that he has plenty to talk about. Smackdown Live actually didn't perform that well at Survivor Series compared to ECW and Raw, so that might be something interesting for him to discuss throughout the show. However, we are in for an interesting main event with the Smackdown Live pay-per-view only a few weeks away. Well, a week and a half away, and we don't really know what's going on for it. Smackdown general manager maybe is back up against the wall. What I do know though is here tonight for our main event of the evening, we're going to have Samoa Joe going one-on-one up against Bad Luck Fale. Joe just coming off of his disappointing loss in that triple threat match involving Tanahashi and Adam Cole. He'll be looking to recover with something better in this one here this evening, and maybe that will be the outcome for him right there. A victory over Bad Luck Fale, who you have to believe is going to be at ringside, accompanied by the Intercontinental Champion Finn Bálor. That is all to come this evening though. Let's start things off from the top with SmackDown General Manager. And here he is heading towards the ring. As per always, the SmackDown General Manager ready to deliver a message to everyone in attendance here tonight in Toronto. I imagine there might be a bit of frustration regarding his thing. Maybe he doesn't talk about it. Maybe he just focuses on the pay-per-view. I don't know. I mean, truth be told, I haven't been able to get it out of my head since it's happened. But then again, Christian James hasn't had to concern himself with it, and he actually isn't going to talk about it either. He's just glossing away from it, saying that we're actually heading on to the next SmackDown Live pay-per-view already, fully loaded, just over a week away, and he is happy to announce already that the main event of the evening will be something that was tackled before Survivor Series. Brock Lesnar is going to defend his WWE Championship against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn became the #1 contender a few weeks back, and that has still stood in the eyes of the general manager. And on top of that, the Young Bucks will be facing the Gorillas of Destiny for the WWE Tag Team titles, which will be a very interesting match. Once again, the Young Bucks have become the #1 contenders beforehand, and on top of that, Finn Bálor will also be defending the Intercontinental Championship. And speak of it, there's a certain arrival on his way, and there might be a man who was not happy with what Finn Bálor did with that Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. That is the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose is wasting little time in making his impact felt on SmackDown Live here. A few days ago, rolled up in the contest between the two through distractions from Bad Luck Fale. Ambrose certainly didn't feel too pleased about what happened. I said on the night that Ambrose could have been a fault for it, but in the same breath, he could have been just a victim of circumstance from the actions of the originals. So we'll see about that one here right now. And Ambrose is saying he doesn't want to hear another word from the SmackDown general manager right now. He is going to take it from here. Ambrose says he was robbed and he demands a rematch, and he's not taking no for an answer either. He wants one more match with Finn Bálor. But this time, Ambrose wants to bring a friend to watch his back, and that friend will help in guaranteeing him a victory. And let's see what the SmackDown Live general manager says to that one. And he absolutely agrees with him. They will get one more match for the strap, and he agrees of his stipulation of having a man in his corner as well. It will be Dean Ambrose versus Finn Bálor for the Intercontinental Championship at Fully Loaded. And to make sure that there is a winner, we are going to have no disqualification. And there you have it. Job done between those two. And Dean Ambrose is certainly going to be happy about what has just been said here. Christian James giving him what he wanted. And that title match is set for Fully Loaded now. No disqualification. Ambrose getting one more shot at Finn Bálor. What a night Fully Loaded is looking to be already. Well, what an entertaining way to kickstart that episode. This episode of Smackdown Live, that certainly was. I'm not opposed to what Dean Ambrose put on the table, and I'm certainly not opposed to the fact that the Smackdown Live general manager accepted it as well. We are on one more time between Dean Ambrose and Finn Bálor next Sunday at Fully Loaded. Can't wait for that evening. If anything like the Night Survivor Series was, with us all enjoying an evening together, then you know this one's going to be a great evening as well. When it does roll around next Sunday. That was a joke because it probably won't be next Sunday. Nevertheless, we are ready to go here tonight. Starting things off on this episode of Smackdown Live, Kota Ibushi one-on-one against Sheamus. Both guys kind of in the rut right now. Both completely off their game. Losses have been racking up for both sides, and it's safe to say that both guys almost don't deserve this many losses in many ways. They deserve significantly better than this, but it's something that they've had to contend with now for the absolute longest time, being subjugated to these constant defeats, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And I think there's a boiling point that's going to be reached for one of these guys here tonight. And we're going to find out which one it's going to be. Is it going to be Ibushi who's going to cave in? Or is it going to be Sheamus who's going to cave in? More to the point, which one is going to get the win to break their duck that they're currently in? We are about to find out the answer to that one. I think Sheamus has been, as I said, he's been just piling on defeats really these last few weeks. Hasn't excelled under the new SmackDown general manager. Same can be said for Ibushi. He's had opportunities at the Intercontinental Championship, but that's basically been his peak. Outside of that, there's not really been that much for Ibushi to talk about. Better than Sheamus, who's had nothing to talk about. But they haven't excelled in the same ways where, sadly, the folks of the originals have, which is a shame. But even guys, we've seen make their debut under the SmackDown General Manager, guys like Matt Riddle and Shawn Michaels, who have done far better for themselves. Even Dean Ambrose. Same cannot be said for Ibushi, Sheamus, Ricochet, those kind of guys. And it's sad to see something like that happen, all things considered, given the quantity of talent that I just named. But SmackDown Live is a very dog-eat-dog world, as we're finding out. Everyone wants to be at the top, and everyone has to put the other one down in order to move up a level. Here we go, our opening matchup of the evening here. Speed versus power, and we'll see which one will shine brighter right from the get-go. Sheamus coming in there with that double axe handle. Ibushi with a counter, though, and reverse Rana from the very get-go from the Golden Star. And he is exploding away early here on Sheamus, who catches the boot, though, and a big lariat into the face of Ibushi. Last week on SmackDown Live, it was defeat for Future Shock over the DCC. What an impact the DCC made at Survivor Series as well, with the arrival of their newest member, Baron Corbin. Quite the surprise, has to be said, that ended up transpiring, and I was very, very interested to see if there would be any more of Corbin here tonight. It seems not to be the case. There's no DCC scheduled for us here, so we'll see we'll see if any things will happen between them this week. Maybe they are just gonna boast over their new arrival for a little while and just stay a little bit silent about it. Or stay a little bit silent until they're ready to strike next. Cover here made by Sheamus after that dumping suplex there. Ibushi able to kick out at one. Golden Star in a little bit of trouble, though. No Ricochet by his side. Ibushi said he wanted to do this one by himself. He's getting the opportunity to here now. Oh, look at this armbar on Ibushi. This is going to hurt. This actually was used for an elimination at Survivor Series pay-per-view, I imagine, both guys would have wanted to get on. Ibushi, though, not letting that put him past. Great counter there. Sunset flip from Ibushi. Rolls up Sheamus. Tried to finish him off there, but able to kick out early. But Sheamus slow back up to his feet here, and this is Ibushi's opening. Ibushi in. What a moonsault from the Golden Star. Will it? Wow, it really won't be enough. It really will not be enough, but Ibushi not giving up there. Here we go, German suplex now. Look at all these pinfalls that Ibushi is breaking out here. Just goes to show you the might of the Golden Star. Absolutely is pound for pound one of the toughest on SmackDown Live, but Just needs to get a victory under his belt to prove that. Sheamus, however, struggling on the back end of it all right now. Not doing that great. Look at this. Straight jacket German from Ibushi. And Sheamus could find himself in dire straits here. No, crawling away there. Ibushi might have been thinking about Kamigoye on its way, but Sheamus doing the finest job he could to stop it. Shrugging off that chop like it was nothing as well. And a fireman's carry. Rolling senton. He can get the two-time world champion right back into this thing. Sheamus coming in with a trio now of Irish Curse backbreakers. Ibushi in big trouble. There's the third one that strikes, and Ibushi's back is going to be screaming in pain. Sheamus could be one move away from victory. One bro kick away. Oh, and he nailed it. Ibushi hit with the brogue. Will this do it? Cover on Ibushi, who kicks out at that counter. One. Wow. Just shrugging it off there was Kota Ibushi, the golden star. Truly saying to Sheamus, I didn't feel that, but a cover again made and another one count. Tougher kick out this time though for Ibushi. Sheamus lifting him up. Throat chop, countered. Forearm in the face there by Ibushi. Here we go now. Irish whips and slide through the legs of Sheamus. And Hurricanrana him down to the mat as well. Good opening for Ibushi off of what he got there. Ibushi might have been thinking to strike big there, but decided against it. Sheamus again able to stop it. Look at this now from Ibushi. No, he stopped. Stopped by Sheamus there. Crucial counter from Sheamus, and Ibushi could be in huge trouble right about now. Celtic Cross could be on its way, maybe. Indeed it is. Sheamus lining it up, and he strikes with a Celtic Cross. Could that leave him on the path of victory over Kota Ibushi? The Golden Star's in huge trouble now, and Sheamus knows it. He picks him up. He's going. Oh, Ibushi able to counter his way out of it there. Great counter from Ibushi. Wow. Incredible counter from Ibushi. Both guys trading each other there. What a slam from him as well. And Ibushi dragging Sheamus away now. He might be in. Might be time to strike. Here we go. Go! Kamigoye from Ibushi. And it puts away Sheamus. Kamigoye does it. Ibushi finally overcomes his streak of losses and wins. Ibushi, your winner here on Smackdown Live, but it was a tough win for him to overcome as well. Nevertheless, he has done it. Ibushi more than happy with the victory sustained, and oh dear, things don't look to be done here though. Well, Sheamus just grabbed the microphone. I'm not too certain what's going on right now. He's just pacing himself around the ring a little bit. Oh my! Oh! Sheamus just said he's done. Sheamus just said that he quits. What? Sheamus he just quit. What? Sheamus just full on just gave up. And he's laughing at it. What? I don't... Okay. Well, that just happened. Sheamus just quit. I don't really... Right. Huh. This is a bit... Might need a moment to think this one. Okay. Sheamus just quit. The Triple Crown champion just quit. Is he a Triple Crown champion? Actually, I don't think he is. Anyway, he just quit. Right. I don't know what to do. That's actually, you know what? I'm going to do nothing because it's not my problem. It's the problem with SmackDown Live General Manager. Let's move on. And we'll give ourselves more time to worry about that, I guess. Let's move on to our next contest of the evening. First ever 5-person matchup here in this universe. It's going to be a 5-woman battle royal to determine the number 1 contender to Becky Lynch's SmackDown Women's Championship at Fully Loaded. 5 women who have certainly fought for their right to get this opportunity, and 2 of them who certainly have some bad blood left, with one, Becky Lynch. And here is the first of them all. It is the former SmackDown Women's Champion, along with the former NXT Women's Champion in Nikki Cross. You better believe that Cross certainly has plenty problems with Becky Lynch. Now, of course, you don't have to be a lifelong fan of this universe to know one simple thing. It happened a few weeks ago. Lynch, Nikki Cross, they seemed aligned with each other. They seemed friendly with each other. They seemed to be the newest member of the Originals. Matter of fact, it seemed as if Cross was the newest member of the Originals, and Lynch was brought in as kind of the hitman for her, the bodyguard for her, almost like what Fale is to Finn Bálor. And then when they fought in a triple threat match for the title, it was Lynch who won by tapping out Cross. Now, red flags started to arise there over whether or not this actually was the right decision to make, and then it was proven the week after that it was all a ruse. Cross was used for Lynch's gain and the Originals' gain, because Cross already had a shot at the title lined up. They slipped Lynch into it, and as a result, Becky Lynch walked out with that title and turned on Nikki Cross the week after and left her for dust. Cross did not take too kindly to that. Cross went through quite a few opponents on her way towards wanting this revenge, I would imagine. Backstage, at least, she's gone through them. And now, the psychotic Nikki Cross, I think, is up there, probably the most, for wanting another match with Becky Lynch. But I would imagine there is also someone else out there who wants another match with her. And that is this woman right now, the former SmackDown Women's Champion, Nia Jax. It was Jax who was caught up in everything with Cross, with Lynch, that forced her to lose the title. Remember, Nia Jax was not pinned nor submitted to lose her title. If I remember rightly, she was just getting back in the ring. She was just getting back in the ring when Cross tapped out. Jax wasn't involved in the final decision. And so that leaves a very, I guess, what's the best word I'm looking for? It leaves a very much so a heads up in the air, hands up in the air questions if to say, right, well, who gets to be the rightful number 1 contender? How come Nia Jax is almost getting a rightful rematch, considering she never really was involved in the loss of her title? That may be a question to ask, but it's not the answer we're getting here tonight. What I can say is that we are just going to have a match here to prove it between these 5 women. Ruby Riott already come out, as you've seen over these last few weeks. The Riott squad has made quite the arrival to SmackDown Live. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, along with Ruby Riott, have been leaving their mark on their opponents. Ruby Riott picked up her first in-ring victory on SmackDown Live last week over Bayley, who was somehow secured away into this matchup. So too, though, is Paige, who faced Nia Jax for the SmackDown Women's Championship back at Fastlane in what was a very high-octane, hard-hitting matchup that Jax walked out the winner of. But good opportunity here for Paige. Cannot deny it, and I think the same can be said for what's the word I'm looking for? I don't remember. For everyone, maybe, but certainly as well for this woman here, Bayley, who has been handed like I said, a great opportunity for her to come from defeat over these last few weeks. We've seen her in action, to getting a chance at the number 1 contendership. Maybe there's something about her that the general manager likes, and okay, fair enough in that regard. Nevertheless, Bayley cannot let this opportunity slip away from her. If that is the case, she needs to prove that this is the time. And Bayley versus Becky Lynch would certainly be a very interesting matchup, if you ask me. I would definitely be down to see those 2 women collide. As a matter of fact, I think that would be the most entertaining match, maybe. The reality is, outside of Ruby Riott, everyone else pretty much wants their claim to the title, and 3 of them have beef with Becky Lynch. Bayley hasn't really got any. Paige has always had a beef with Becky Lynch regarding the reality that they've always feuded over the title, and Becky Lynch and Paige, they feuded back on Monday Night Raw before Lynch came to SmackDown Live, and Paige could never really beat Becky Lynch. She always, actually when she won the title, she won in a triple threat match that Lynch, and Lynch wasn't involved in the final decision. Along with that, you've got, and of course, Nia Jax and Nikki Cross, as already previously stated, already have plenty of beef there. So let's see what will happen right about now in this one. Big forearm in the face by Nikki Cross as we get underway here. Let's see how this will apply like a normal battle royal would. You go over the top rope, both feet hit the floor, you are eliminated. At least I believe that's the rules we're applying in this one. Otherwise, we might be here a while. Look at this now. Nia Jax in trouble. No, she's fighting her way out of it over there. Jax able to escape that hold, and the work from Paige and Bayley put on hold right there. Now Bayley the one getting ganged up on. Meanwhile, Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott fighting across the ring right now. Up and over the top rope goes Ruby Riott, and Ruby Riott could be the first one out here. No, able to hang on in there. Nikki Cross couldn't take advantage of the moment and cost herself there as Riott just barely skimming the cat to stay in it. Oh my goodness, Paige just dumped face first. No other word for it there as Ruby Riott collides with Paige and with Bayley and Nia Jax, sorry. And Ruby Riott up and over the top rope again, teetering, and this time is out of there. Nikki Cross with the first elimination of this matchup, and it is on Ruby Riott. The Riott squad not going to be too happy with what they've just seen here. Nice uppercut there by Nikki Cross, meanwhile, as these four women now compete for the right to be the #1 contender for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Underneath that bottom rope right now is Nikki Cross trying to recover maybe, and same can be said for Nia Jax right now, who's just gone and done the same thing. Bayley tried to get one over there on Nikki Cross, didn't pan it the way she wanted it to. Hard elbow in the face, and look at this now, Michinoku driver from Bayley. Any one of these four women could be the winner right now. All about who goes over that top rope. That's for certain. It could be Nikki Cross on her way up and over next. No, Cross denies it and takes the leg out from underneath Paige. Now Nikki Cross is going to have her sights set on Nia Jax. Here we go, a rekindling of this rivalry. And immediately, Nia Jax getting slammed down there as Bayley and Paige trading back and forth. Nice elbow drop there from Bayley. But of course, she needs to get her up and over that top rope. And hitting an elbow drop is not really going to help too much with that one. Outside of the Nikki Cross elimination on Ruby Riott, we haven't really seen much happening for these women in terms of trying to get an elimination. Hard headbutt there. Nia Jax not even allowing Nikki Cross to try and get herself out of this one. Underneath that bottom rope is what Cross was looking for. Got denied and is now just getting the boots applied to her. Look at this now. Back suplex by Paige on Nia Jax. Could be an opening for Paige. If I was Paige, I would just throw her to the top rope and hope the Cross works together with me maybe. I'm trying to get her out of this one. Elbow there though. Not even an attempt for the elimination. Can happen. Oh my goodness. What a chokehold that was. Paige now goes under that bottom rope, and that leaves Cross and Jax to square up with one another here. And a mighty chop in the chest. Cross teetering up against those ropes. Had to fight their way out of it, and here we go. The fight continuing on right now between these two. Trying to take the leg from underneath there. Look at this now. Cross just trying to use her power to get Jax right out of there. Not happening. Nia Jax fights out of it. Bayley going after Nikki Cross now. And Cross unable to stop herself from teetering up against the ropes. Able to counter her way out of it though. Bayley goes up and over and out as well. Bayley eliminated all of a sudden. We are down to 3. Make it 2. Nikki Cross eliminating almost everyone. Nikki Cross has a great chance right now. One-on-one between the two who have the bad blood with Becky Lynch. Oh my sweet goodness. Up high though. Nia Jax slamming Cross down. And a leg drop commences after it. Nikki Cross could be in huge jeopardy right now. Oh, but not happening. Great counters there by Cross. She keeps on fighting on. Even this crowd trying to will Nikki Cross on a little bit here. Oh, but Nia Jax is doing absolutely everything in her power to stop Cross from getting that victory. These two women know what's at stake. Fully Loaded is at stake here. A shot to get what they have both held before back in that SmackDown Women's Championship, and a chance to get revenge on Becky Lynch. They are trading back and forth with the other right now. Kicking the leg there from Nikki Cross, but again, she can't get a move in. Jack's able to counter almost instantaneously there. Drop toe hold from Cross, though. Cross sends Jack's up and over that top rope. Could be in position here. Gonna try and get her out with her own forceful nature. Nia Jax, though, just too much, as you could tell. Shoulder tackle. And Jack stays in it. Up and over the Irish whip off the ropes there. Not enough done by Nikki Cross to secure elimination. Maybe now there will be. Fisherman's neck breaker from Cross. Fisherman's neck breaker could have put Nia Jax out of this one. We're about to find out. No, Jax is still countering. Even after a ruthless move like that one. Slammed her down. Off the ropes. Leg drop right after it. God, these two women just are not giving in. They both will do anything for that opportunity. They both crave the shot at Becky Lynch. It's like they're both desperate for it as well. Working on the leg now. Nia Jax at a disadvantage on one leg. Can Cross get her out here? No, she cannot. We watched Bayley and Paige be eliminated in the blink of an eye, but these two women just will not give in. Oh, that was close. That was close indeed. Jax took a moment to stop herself at the rope, and she almost got herself eliminated. I don't know how she's hanging on in there, though. Cross has been trying to eliminate her non-stop right now. Oh, what a lariat, though, from Nia Jax. Cross could be in big trouble right now. Or not. She's still able to counter her way out of this one. Nia Jax up and over the top rope. She's teetering. And she's out of here. Nikki Cross wins. And she eliminated everyone. Everyone was eliminated at the hands of Nikki Cross. Ruby Riott, Paige, Bayley, Nia Jax all fell by the wayside. Nikki Cross dominating the battle royal in her own right. And now, Fully Loaded got far more interesting. Bad blood between these two women that will meet for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It could be Cross's time to shove it to the originals. We are about to find out in just over a week. Oh, Becky Lynch could be in trouble. The originals might be regretting their decision of using Nikki Cross right about now. We shall see, though. We're going to move on to our next contest of the evening. Should be an interesting one between these two teams. Coming up next, it is going to be War Machine. This is the Usos. Both teams with plenty to try and gain from this matchup, that's for certain. War Machine and the Usos, they have both been looking for victory. They have both been hunting it. And War Machine apparently have been hunting something else as well, because we haven't seen them for that for a good period of time. Has to be said. They've been gone for a little while. Not too sure what the reasoning has been, but we haven't seen them in that time. They are back here tonight, and they are ready to compete here. Hansen and Rowe are ready for this one. I'm liking the choice of attire they've got on the go now as they head towards the ring. They are absolutely ready for this one. As I said, they've returned bout to SmackDown Live. Former WWE Tag Team Champions, as we already know from the number one contenders matches, and stated by Christian James earlier on this evening that we will be seeing the Young Bucks facing for the tag team titles. It will be, of course, the Young Bucks versus the Gorillas of Destiny at Fully Loaded. So we will see what the case will be here tonight, what the winner of this might get. Maybe it's setting up for the future. Maybe Christian James realizes that with such little time to go until Fully Loaded, that trying to get a bunch of stuff happening in that 2 weeks might not be his safest bet. But the reality is that we are ready to go regardless of it here in this tag match here tonight. Maybe the Gorillas of Destiny or the Young Bucks have to keep an eye out for whoever their next tag team opponents could very well be for those titles heading forward. Up for this one, though, you see them in the ring. War Machine ready for their first match in a while against a very game Usos, who are ready for a victory as well. They've been hunting it for a little while, and they've been getting a little bit unfortunate with their opportunities. Also unfortunate with the regards that I can never tell which one is which when it comes to the action in the ring. But, you know, that's what happens when you're actually twins. It helps a little bit. Nevertheless, they head towards the ring. This is certainly going to be a thrilling contest to watch. You look at it and you think that either side has a strong case for wanting to win this. Either side could do with the victory here. They could get the victory here. But we will find out if that'll be the case in just a moment or not. Whichever way you look at it. Ready here are the Usos. Ready are War Machine. And I am certainly looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. Usos certainly going to want this victory, but so too will War Machine, judging by their absence for a period of time. And they're starting out with the big guns. It's going to be Hansen going up against Jey Uso here. And this one should be good here. Hansen hitting the ring first. And look at this right from the get-go. No remorse showing as he pummels away with those knees into the gut of Jey Uso. Things are not looking too good right from the very get-go. This is War Machine's return to in-ring action, and they have arrived with an immediate impact here. Into the turnbuckle, and a tag is made right away. In comes Rowe. Irish whip into the corner. Oh my God, what a double drop kick. Jesus Christ. What a tag team maneuver there from War Machine. And look at this now. Hansen not letting go. Dumping him there as Rowe is now the legal man in this one. Let's see what happens here now. Rowe, surprise, surprise, is more of the powerhouse of the two. And Rowe, belly to belly over the top rope. My goodness. War Machine have returned with some almighty vengeance within them here tonight. God, just Jey Uso in so much trouble in the early stages of this matchup. There's no other way to put it. What a forearm there. Rowe is all over Jey Uso right now, and just things are not looking good for them here. Things are looking great for War Machine, though, it does have to be said. A destructive return so far. I don't even think I've seen Jey Uso get a move in this one. Throwaway Tiger suplex. And the tag is made. Hansen, the legal one in this again. Jey Uso probably could have been wishing that he could have made a tag out there into Jimmy. Tag made now. Will this put away Jey Uso? No, he's able to kick out early enough here. Jimmy Uso trying to get the crowd on the side of his brother here, trying to get him back in this one. Jey Uso, though, with the opportunity to do just that right now. Irish whip into the corner. Tag made. Here we go. Uso's going to strike. What are they going to look for here? Jey throwing him into Jimmy. What strength there. Jesus. How do you pull off something like that? I don't know. Especially on a guy like Hansen. But they did just that against him. And Hansen didn't take too kindly to it. What a running splash there. As I said, the tag team champions better keep their eye on this one, no doubt about it, because this is dangerous. Whoever it may be coming out of fully loaded, War Machine are ruthless right now. And they are absolutely proving that to be the case every moment they are spending in this ring. Jimmy Uso now the one susceptible to the beatdown. Gut wrench, gut buster there. Discus forearm. And legs giving way like jelly there from the impact. Belly to belly. Yep. The Usos, a very talented team, but a team that is getting absolutely brutally dismantled right now by War Machine. Jey Uso wants back in this one, and he may have no choice but to tag himself back in. He is in. Corkscrew forearm there. Raymond Rowe goes down. Corkscrew forearm again. Jey Uso. Oh, wow. Jey Uso caught out of thin air. Backbreaker from Rowe. How do you pull off something like that? I don't know. Counter, though. Great counter from Jey Uso. Does he find himself in a prime chance to hit with something big? Maybe so. Has the arm. Oh, no. Just got caught in the face with a forearm instead. Tag made. In comes Hansen again. The tags from War Machine in this one have been crucial to how this, to their success. Jesus. That just got pulled off. That just happened there from Hansen. Discus forearm again. Like they're a completely reformed team. They've taken this time off and they've come back just with complete destruction as the name of their game now. What are we going to see from these guys here? Oh, running knee in the face as well. Oh, there was absolutely no remorse in that one. Big chop there from Rowe, and now a stomp right in the gut. Jey Uso going to be wishing that he perhaps said no to this matchup, and the Usos maybe could have fought on a different card at a different time without having to take on a very infuriated War Machine. Well, that has certainly ended up being the case here tonight, and that is something that they have to deal with. Oh my God! Jesus! Just need him right in the face. And War Machine might be setting up for victory. Here we go. They're in. Fallout from War Machine. Cover on Jey Uso. Jimmy couldn't make the save. And the War Machine has struck on Smackdown Live with an almighty return. Oh my goodness. That was domination in its finest form. Welcome back, War Machine, it seems. And they haven't missed a step. The Usos never once got out of the starting gate there. And they made sure. This duo made sure of it. Wow. Wow, indeed. Victory there for Hansen and Rowe. Destructive. Completely destructive. No doubt about it. We're going to move on, though, here once again on SmackDown Live to our next contest of the evening. Matt Riddle has been making waves for himself since his arrival, and he looked to continue doing it here tonight as he goes one-on-one against The Miz. It has been a great arrival for Matt Riddle here on NXT, there's no doubt about it, and he looks to continue it going here tonight with another win up his sleeve, maybe. We could be just about to find out if that is the case or not. He has already attracted the attention of others as well here on this brand, including one Dangerous Alliance, aka Paul Heyman and Bobby Fish, who have been keeping their eyes on what they've been seeing as of late. Heyman has, we saw it last week on SmackDown Live, Heyman tried to recruit Matt Riddle into the group, and Riddle just flat out said, no, I'm not interested. You're alright. And that didn't take well with Heyman and Fish. They laughed as they left the ring as well. Riddle kind of left there a little bit flustered, and I've been told by some people backstage that Heyman is paying very, very close attention right now. His eyes on the screen backstage. He is watching this matchup. He is going to be seeing Riddle in action, it seems, as he goes one-on-one against The Miz here. I'm a little surprised that Heyman would be in that case. Maybe some bad blood brewing between the two now since the decision from Riddle to say no to the offer put on the table, courtesy of Paul Heyman. But regardless of it, he cannot rest for a moment here, can Matt Riddle, because he still has action to deal with on SmackDown Live, and he is going to be taking on The Miz here tonight, accompanied by his wife Maryse. This is always a difference maker, is Maryse, in this kind of match. She always has a strong part to play in kind of keeping them alive, keeping her husband alive in this matchup, and doing everything in her power to make sure that the other side just doesn't get in what they want, just is constantly on the back foot is the best way of explaining it. And right now, it is going to be crucial, I think, for Maryse and for The Miz that happens within this matchup, that Maryse provides as many distractions as she can to help Miz out, because Miz is going to need it. Riddle has been on a complete tear since arriving to this roster. Wins over the number one contender for the WWE Championship, it's Shawn Michaels. Wins over the current, still, number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, at Dean Ambrose. Now looking to supply another victory for himself, this time over none other than that man right there in The Miz. However, of course, with Heyman watching closely backstage, Riddle best not let this opportunity slip by him, I think is the best way of putting it. He better deliver in this moment that he's got. Miz, certainly a vital piece to SmackDown Live, but a piece that has been suffering in the regards of he doesn't really do that much around here. He kind of just competes. There's nothing really notable about his performances. As a matter of fact, as I said, I spent more time talking about Maryse, I think, in that entrance than I did The Miz. Nevertheless, this one commencing here, and Riddle immediately breaking out the use of his knees into the face of Riddle, and there's a big boot into the face of Riddle. And Riddle, though, not interested. The King of Bros just simply not caring right now about the strikes that The Miz has mustered up for him. As a matter of fact, oh my god, look at that knee. No knee pad on him, so they're just doing even more damage. That is just the knee bone colliding with the head. That could have knocked out The Miz, absolutely no problem at all, no doubt. Back suplex attempt here, counter from The Miz though. Miz certainly going to test Matt Riddle in terms of how resilient he is, how much he can overcome the troubles within a matchup such as this one, in terms of the moves that The Miz can plot out, in terms of what Maryse can do on the outside as well. There is all sorts that Riddle has to keep his attention on in this one, no doubt about it. And of course, on top of that, another thing he has to keep his eye on top of is, if anything regarding Bobby Fish, Paul Heyman, any such will get involved in this one. We will find out, I imagine, in due time. Cover made there by Matt Riddle. Kick up by The Miz, though, as he looks to fight himself out of this one. Oh, just dumping the arm down there, did Riddle. Letting go there as he hits a suplex. Lovely vertical suplex from Matt Riddle. Miz in big trouble so far in this matchup. He's got a few moves in here and there, but it's not looked too great for him. Matt Riddle already might be looking to put things away. Bro mission locked in. Riddle, will he put away The Miz in moments? Is this going to be a hugely quick victory for Matt Riddle in this one? Miz trying to fight it. Miz trying to escape the hold, but he can't. Well, Maryse didn't even have a factor in that one. Maryse was technically non-existent in that match. Paul Heyman, I hope you were watching that one closely, because that is what just happened in minutes. Miz beat with ease. Matt Riddle the winner. Wow. That was not difficult at all. That was not troublesome at all. Riddle won that one. Oh, without even breaking a sweat, essentially. Miz did some moves, but Riddle with the bro mission ended it. Heyman, Fish, are you sure you made the right mistake? Are you sure you made the right decision trying to go after this guy and dealing with the rejection? Or, I don't know. I don't actually know with Heyman. I might be trying to say something and Heyman might be playing three-dimensional chess. He may have something completely different lined up for him. Could all be a ruse. Who knows? Heyman does. Riddle doesn't, and I don't. That's for certain. Dominant victory there for Riddle, but it's time to move on to our main event of the evening. Hoss time is abound. Samoa Joe versus Bad Luck Fale. Alright then, here we go. It is time for this big main event fight of the evening. I cannot wait for it, that's for certain. Samoa Joe, Bad Luck Fale, my goodness. Joe has been busy since arriving to Smackdown Live, that's for certain, but one thing he doesn't have is a big win. That's one thing that I can definitely say about Samoa Joe. He did not win at Survivor Series, he did not beat Brock Lesnar, and here tonight could be his first calling for that victory. For a victory over Fale, for a victory that will get him in the eyes of the originals as well, I would imagine. It's all going to be picked up here for Samoa Joe. Of course, the crucial part is he wasn't, he didn't win, of course, but he wasn't pinned. Is perhaps an important thing for him to take on, and something that he can be very happy with. Yeah, he was, as like I said, yes, absolutely, he did not win that match. Tanahashi did. Tanahashi will face Sting at Armageddon for the World Heavyweight Championship as a result of it. Joe wasn't involved in the final decision. No, he wasn't pinned. He wasn't submitted. As a matter of fact, he was laying flat out on the ground when it happened. But here we go. Fale heads towards the ring, and he was certainly involved in Survivor Series, distracting the referee, I believe, on more than one occasion. Pulled the ref out after the first Dirty Deeds was struck in an attempt to keep that title around Finn Balor's waist, and he got just what he wished for. Finn Balor still the Intercontinental Champion. Fale competing here tonight. And he may regret getting on the bad side of Dean Ambrose once again. And on top of that, he may regret getting on the bad side of the SmackDown officials by being put in this match with Samoa Joe, who's not going to be in the best of moods following Survivor Series, let's be real. Joe is not going to be happy Then again, I can't really think of many occasions when Joe ever was or is happy. Maybe when he's beaten someone up. But his emotions, they usually stay the same. There's no other way of saying it. But here we go. It is our main event of the evening. We are ready to go. You're on Smackdown Live. An interesting night. Plenty of things to discuss. Four matches made for this evening. For Fully Loaded next weekend. 4 title matches have been decided. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Shawn Michaels. The Young Bucks versus the Gorillas of Destiny. Nikki Cross versus Becky Lynch. And of course Finn Bálor, that man on the outside, facing Dean Ambrose in a no disqualification bout for the Intercontinental Championship. To, I imagine, finish the saga between the originals and Dean Ambrose. And we'll see how that one will go next Sunday. Should be a very, very interesting one indeed, as should this main event right now. Joe and Fale just going to slug it out with one another until the other one decides they want to cave in. That's for certain. Counter there by Fale. Oh, what a headbutt. What a headbutt that was, that's for certain. Big clothesline there, though, by Samoa Joe. These two guys, well, Joe's trying to slug it out with Fale, but Fale coming out with the counters right now. The underboss really doing a good job of annoying Samoa Joe, I think, who strikes the head, but Fale doesn't go off his feet from it, though. Jesus, how do you get a headbutt, a Samoan head right in your face as well? A fellow Samoan head like Joe's is in your head and not fall off your feet. Same can be said for Joe, though, because he just did exactly that. Another headbutt. Fale doesn't go down. Oh, nice work there from Joe there. Using the back and the neck to his advantage there. Just the top of the spine with that one. Big punch, though, for Fale. Knee in the gut right now. They are just throwing slugs at each other, essentially. Slug bullets in terms of that regards, and just seeing if the other one will stay down with it. Oh, my goodness. Fale's going up high. Protect yourselves. Big trouble are coming. Oh, knees into the chest. Almost looked like it was in the head of Fale as well. My goodness. DDT from Joe. First cover of the match will be made here on Fale. Will this do it? It will not. Kick out at 1 as Finn Bálor still keeps a very close eye on the action on the outside. So he keeps going right now. Went for the chops to the shoulders there, and Fale able to counter it. Luther's press. And Samoa Joe down as a result of it. Fale could be in with something big to strike with. Looked like he was thinking spear. Great evasion there from Samoa Joe. And Joe in again. Reverse DDT. A lot of counters being brought out in this main event right now. A lot of back and forth from either side. No one really gaining an advantage over the other here, that's for certain. Fale in, though. Big time splash on Joe. And Samoa Joe, without a doubt, felt the effects of that one. But he is right back up to his feet. Joe in now. No way! Joe has Fale. Joe has Fale. Kikina clutch applied. Will Fale tap? Bálor not getting involved. Fale's going to have to fight out of this one on his own. Can he do just that here? We will find out. Fale going to have to fight out of this hold with his own will. And he can do it. Fale does evade. Fale escapes as well. Joe didn't seem too happy about it, though. But, oh, into that Samoan drop he went. And that Samoan drop suddenly turned the pacing of this match around back into the path of the originals. Samoa Joe now on the back foot, and it is Fale, the one with the advantage, and the one striking with a spear. Cover on Joe, who kicks out at the count of 1. My goodness, what a kick out there by Joe, but he cannot capitalize here. That's for certain. He is still down on his back right now. Fale in. Fale going to look to capitalize, going to look to win here, going to look for the bad. No, grenade! Grenade struck. Will that finish off Joe? Oh my sweet goodness, it won't. What a kick out by Samoa Joe, but he needs to get something going right now. Right now to get back in this one. That's for certain. Can he do just that, though? We are about to find out. A cut emerging on the face of Samoa Joe as well. Fale certainly not wasting time in getting that. He's going up to the top rope again. He's going up high again. Fale gonna go big. Will this pay off? It didn't the first time. He's calling Joe up to his feet. My goodness, this could be huge. Oh, shoulder tackle from all the way up there. Cover made on Joe now. And again, Samoa Joe kicks out of the count of one, but he cannot get up off the mat. Fale has him. Looking for some kind of slam, maybe. Joe finally in with a counter, neck breaker, and down he goes. Samoa Joe hoping to get something in there, but didn't get it. Got a great uppercut in on Fale's face, though. And the fight's still continuing on. Neither guy giving an inch here in this main event. Joe hitting a big uppercut right now. And I think the flurry of strikes is starting to come back. Samoa Joe trying to get himself back in this one. Fale stopping him. And a lariat brings him back down. Fale has been far more controlling in this match than I would have expected, truth be told. Samoa Joe doing everything in his power to stop him. Credit where it's due there. But again, Fale hitting low. Went for the spear. Gets denied. How does Fale counter so much is my question. But how does Joe keep on fighting after everything is another question to ask. Reverse DDT struck. Is this the part where Joe could be in with something big? Samoa Joe now with Fale here. Irish whip, Fale counters, and oh, of course! Bálor grabbing Joe there. And Fale from behind. Jumping Joe. Typical tactics from the originals. Oh no, the spear! The spear from Fale. Following the distraction by Bálor. You are kidding me! Bálor getting involved there, yanking the foot of Samoa Joe. And that has got Fale back in this one. First with the spear, which was a rope break as declared by the ref. And now no, Fale could be in and Joe could be out. Grenade! 1, 2, and 3. Fale wins. Of course he does. Finn Bálor with the intervention there, repaying him for Survivor Series, and as a result of it, Fale wins. I mean, Fale was putting in a much better showing than I was expecting, to be quite honest, but still, for the match to end in that circumstance, I don't enjoy it. It's not something that I like seeing at all, but it has happened. Here this evening on Smackdown Live, Fale wins, and what another disappointing end. Why did the originals keep on main event in Smackdown Live if we're just gonna get crap endings like this one? Really, sick of it. There's your winner, Bad Luck Fale, and I guess that's how we're gonna end this edition of Smackdown Live. Or not. Look who, whoa, that is a different look. That is a very different look indeed. Okada hits the ring, but look at how dyed red hair from Okada. Jesus. Did Survivor Series do that to him? He's saying that he is directing this to the man who ruined the greatest match of all time. The man who took away Okada's chance to prove he was the greatest. The coward that jumped him and Rollins at Survivor Series. The man who isn't even worthy of NXT. Oh, good God, Okada, no way. Oh, he is. Okada is calling out Coren. It is directed to him. Okada wants to fight him at Fully Loaded. It doesn't matter where. A cage, backstage, parking lot. Doesn't matter if it's sanctioned or not. Okada wants Coren. He wants to make him pay for what he did, and he wants to do it at Fully Loaded. Somehow, some way, he is getting his revenge. Oh my God, this is actually happening. This is a much better way to close out SmackDown Live. Okada saying that Coren took something away from the crowd. What he did was unforgivable. Denied him the chance to prove who the greatest was, to prove it once and for all. He owes every one of the hardworking people who paid their money to be at Survivor Series a refund because of it. And he owes Okada a chance to repay the fans by letting him kick his ass at Fully Loaded. This is an Okada that flat out just wants a fight now. I like it. And Okada saying that he will not stop until he gets his answer either. Face him at Fully Loaded and see if he can beat him one-on-one. Prove to the world he is not just a coward looking to get a cheap shot in. Because when he was unable to win at Respect, he no longer had a contract around here. Once again, face him like a man and give everyone what they want. Okada wants Coren at Fully Loaded. He doesn't care how, and I don't care how. Make the match happen.